In this topic, why we need a concurrency control concept in a database transaction system. Without concurrency control, the problems may occur with the concurrent transactions. The transaction I told the concurrency transactions, there are basically two types are there transactions. One is interleaved transactions and second one is parallel transaction. So for any such type of concurrent transactions are there, without concurrency control concepts or it's without concurrency control technique, so there are so many problems will occurs for an concurrent transactions. So the some of the problems are listed over here. The first problem is lost update problem. The lost update problem is nothing but which is occurs when we are doing a two transactions, when two transactions will update the same data item but both read the same original value before update, then the last update problem will occurs. So I will going to show in the next slide the how this last update problem will occurs when two transactions are updating the same data item but both I have read that same original value before updating of any one of the transactions like either T1 or T2. So in that case, so we are last update problem will occurs. Then second type of problem which occurs in the concurrent transactions, the temporary update, or we are also calling it as a dirty read problem. The temporary update or a dirty read problem, this occurs when one transaction like T1 updates a data item X which is accessed by another transaction T2, then T1 will fails for some reason. That is some reason X was read by T2 before its value is changed back after T1 fails. So therefore this kind of problem we will call it as a temporary update problem. So this is also we will explain with the figure. So in the next slide where dirty read problem how it occurs with example this here. So this is the example which explains here where one transaction T1 wants to update the data item, okay, so but which is accessed by for the reading purpose by another transaction, then T1 will fails for some reason, okay. So at that time what happens, so that which was say like X was read by T2 before its value get updated back after T1 will fails. So therefore these kind of problems we can call it as a dirty read problem or temporary update problem. So now you can see here, this is the figure which will going to give the clear picture about the lost update problem and as well as temporary update problem. So for example, in figure A, you can see the T1 transactions are there and T2 transaction has been given. The first T1 transaction will going to read the item X, so from the database, and then it starts to updating that read item, that is X equal to X minus N. So before writing that item, then T2 transaction has been started to retrieving that it will going to read that same item of X from the database, and then it will starts to updating item X value, that is X equal to X plus 1, and then item T1 transaction will write that previous item where which has been read by the T2 transactions. Then so these kind of situations where item X has an incorrect value because it's updated by T1 is lost or else it has been overwritten by the T2 process also. Therefore, this kind of situation we can call it as the lost update problem, where uh, X item has been overwritten by the T1 process and as well as T2 process. So I think it's clear from the figure 1 or figure A. Then from figure 2 I can clearly depict that. So that is temporary update or dirty read problem. So you can see there are once again two transactions are there, that is T1 and T2. The transaction T1 will fails and must change the value of X back to its old value. Meanwhile, what happens, T2 will going to read the temporary or incorrect value of X. So therefore, this kind of a problem we will call it as temporary update problem or incorrect summary problem, what we can call it as. So let us consider, so T1 transactions will going to read the item of X from the database. Then X, it will going to update the X value, X equal to X minus N, and then the updated value which will going to return by the T1 process, that is write item of X. Then T2 will going to read the item of X. So then X equal to X plus M, the updation has been done by the T2 process, and then once again it will going to write the item of X. So here, so T1 is not committed its transactions before committing the T2 process has been started. So therefore, the T1 is get failed and as well as must change the value of X back to its old value, where before doing this operation, that is X equal to X minus N, whichever the value it has been read, the same value it needs to get it back. But meanwhile, what happened? The T2 has been read that value and then incorrect value of X, and then it is started to performing some operation on that X item. Therefore, this kind of problem we will call it as a temporary update problem or dirty read problem. So therefore, which is not committed by T1 process, but T2 is started to read that item. So therefore, so without updating, the value has been read by the T2 process. So then automatically whatever the performance or actions will be done by the T2 transactions, it will go into failure. So therefore, this type of transaction we are calling it as, so what we have discussed, that is lost update problem and as well as temporary update problem. Now, so we will see the third problem, that is the incorrect summary problem. The incorrect summary problem, it is one transaction is calculating an aggregate summary function on a number of records, while other transactions are updating some of these records. The aggregate function may read some value before they are updated and other after they are updated. This kind of problem we can call it as the incorrect summary problem. For example, so when we are calculating all the bank account balances, while calculating the sum of the all the bank accounts, so at the time, so whenever we are updating any one of the bank account balance, in that case we have read the sum of the total of the all the bank balance. So that is incorrect summary problem will occurs. Before read some value, so before they are updating we have read the value, and then so after updating we have not read that problem, means after updating that value has been replaced with the new value. So therefore these kind of problems we are calling it as incorrect summary problem. So you can see here this figure will going to give a clear picture about the incorrect summary problem. So here there are two transactions are there, transaction T1 and T3. Now T3 will going to read item X. So sum initially the sum value is 0. Then it will going to read the item A and it will get updated, that is sum equal to sum plus A. So in the meanwhile, so whenever we are calculating the sum equal to sum plus A, so then transaction T2 has started and it will started to read the item X. So from the database, and then it will get updated with X equal to X minus N, where it will going to write the new item into the database. So then, so the transaction T3 will perform, so where it will going to read the item of X and then it will going to update sum equal to sum plus X. read item y sum equal to sum plus y. So what happens here? So when we will see T1 and T3 transaction, T3 reads x after n is subtracted and reads y before n is added. Okay, so therefore there is a wrong summary is the result of, so which is taken by the value which is a transaction. So that is T3 transaction. Therefore, so these kind of problems we are calling it as the incorrect summary problem if we not use a concurrency control technique in the database. The last type of problem which occurs, that is the unrepeatable read problem. An unrepeatable read problem is nothing but whenever a transaction T1 will read an item, later T1 may read the same item again and get a different value because of the another transaction T2 has updated that item between the two reads by T1. This kind of problem we are calling it as unrepeatable read problem. Let us consider what they are explaining. For example, when T1 has read the item X, so where item X value might be a 10. Second time, the T1 will wants the same item. Again, it will going to read the same item. Then it will going to get a different value for that X where X. That is, X might be updated to a 20 instead of 10. Then so in between, so whenever it has item has been updated, that updation has been done by another transaction like T2, which has updated that same item X. So which was initially the value is 10, now it has been updated by T2 transaction. Now the X value get updated to 10 20. So therefore between the two reads, so by the T1, so the item has been get updated. Therefore these kind of problems we are calling it as unrepeatable read problems. The next topic is why recovery is needed. Basically, the recovery is required whenever there is any transaction is failure, when the communication is undergoing between two devices like client and server due to some hardware failure or softwares or any uninterrupted or interrupted interrupts are occurred. During that time the recovery is required. So there might be a failures. So first we will start with the uh, what are the causes of the transaction failures. Basically there are five causes of the transaction failure. The first cause is a computer failure, that is the system crash. If a hardware or a software of error occurs during the transaction execution, if the hardware will going to crash, the contents of the computer or internal main memory may be lost. These kind of things occurs. So during the transaction, that type of failure may occur. So this is also one of the problem which may occur during the transaction. So therefore we require a recovery. This is the one cause of transaction failure. The second cause of the transaction failure is the transaction or system error. Whenever we are executing a transaction, if any errors are occurred, then there might be a chances of transaction failure. Okay, so some of the operation in the transaction may cause it failed. That is nothing but whenever the instructions are executing step by step, if any instructions are fail to execute, then the transaction or a system error will generate, such as, for example, you can call it as integer overflow or division by zero. Or a transaction failure may also occur because of the erroneous parameters or values, because of the logical programming error. So when we are writing some code, so if there is any errors are there in that code, so there might be a chances of system error or a transaction error may occur. In addition, the user may interrupt the transaction during its execution. So these are all the some of the errors or else some of the faults or mistakes which can occur during the transactions, or that we can call it as a system error or a transaction error. These are the two types of transaction failures. So whenever we are doing a transaction with the client and server, then third cause of the failure is local errors or exception conditions. The local error or exception conditions which will be detected by the transaction. So for example, when certain conditions necessitate the cancellation of the transaction, so those kind of cancellation of the transaction we can call it as, are those kind of conditions which will execute and it will make a fail to execution of the transaction, then we can call it as local error or exception conditions. So for example, you can see here local error or exception conditions. So the data for the transaction may not be found. A condition such as insufficient account balance in a banking database may cause a transaction such as a fund withdrawal to be cancelled. A program awards causes the transaction to fail. For example, I told local error or exception conditions are nothing but if whenever you want to do the transaction with the banking, if insufficient account balance is existed, still also you want to withdraw amount from the account, in that case the program will going to abort causes the transaction will going to fail. Because of this, insufficient fund withdrawal request has been occurred, so due to that the cancellation has been occurred, that we will call it as local errors or exceptional conditions. And fourth reason is concurrency control enforcement. The concurrency control is a method which may decided to abort the transactions and as well as to be restarted later because it violates the serializability or because several transactions are in a state of deadlocks, that we can call it as concurrency control enforcement. For example, I can call it as when there is a transactions are executing or tasks are executing, the concurrency control method needs to be decided. So that is nothing but which transaction need to be executed and which transaction need to be in a deadlock state. In case if some of the transaction will be about the transaction, that needs to be restart later because it will go into violating some of the serializability method, or because of the several transactions are in the state of deadlock. In that case the concurrency control enforcement will occurs. So this is the four causes of the failures where recovery is required, so when such causes are occurred during the transactions. So the fifth cause is disk failure. So some of the disk blocks may lose their data because of a read or write malfunction or because of a disk read or write head crash. This kind of failure and item 6 are more severe than item 1 through 4. When we will discuss about the item 1 through 4 are the more severe than the item 6 when we will compare. So this is one of the failure, that if any blocks, so from the disk, if it is lost or data has been lost to read or write, so in the read and write is there any errors are occurred or malfunction will be occurred, so then there might be a chances of uh, losing the data. So that is one example or cause for the disk failure. And there is a one more causes are there for the transaction failure, that is physical problems and catastrophes. So the physical problem and catastrophes, which will going to refer to an endless list of problems that may include like power fluctuation or air conditioning failures or fire or theft or sabotage and overwriting disk or a tape by mistakenly. So these are all we can call it as some physical problems and catastrophes where it may occur or it may be the one of the reason to failure of the transactions and as well as mounting of a wrong tape by the operator. These are all some of the issues or problems where the transaction failure may occur. So therefore, we need a recovery software or recovery of a transaction. So due to overcome these are all the failures.